We have done some old school stuff before, but I think it's time we do a full fight analysis. Take a look at a piece of a pair of the greatest boxing fights ever. Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe. Unscripted analysis. Let's get into it. First of all, it's just great to see two heavyweights that can move, which is a rare sight nowadays. But the jab battle, Evander Holyfield slipping outside, trying to parry at the same time to land his jab. The jab battle is really fun to watch too. I only saw the first 2 rounds so far. This level change jab to the body is important because I did see him later on use that level change to set up a cross. A nice defense from Evander. When he throws the level change jab to the body, he realized he gotta go even lower so he gets underneath that left hook. And that was a nice read from Riddick Bowe to try and catch him ducking right there too. And one thing I noticed, Evander throwing that jab and it's kind of going out away from the target. So he's not throwing that jab to land. He's not even throwing it to get close to the target necessarily. He's throwing it to like draw attention away from another shot, which is the cross. The cross comes straight down the middle and it blasts through the guard. And then he tries to follow up with a 3 to the body, and he actually gets caught with a 3 counter. So the catch and counters, we're gonna talk more about it. Just give me time. We was talking about punching while moving. This cross, I don't think that cross is meant to land either. I think he's closing distance and they were trading left hooks. And then as he's moving forward, he's punching. Now Riddick Bowe's guard caught that one. Riddick Bowe got underneath that one. And just the movement is just beautiful. That jab from Riddick in rhythm while walking forward. No telegraph. Just whoop, come out, surprise him. This is what I mean, level change. He drops levels, cross. Seemed like it's gonna be a jab to the body. Nope, it's a cross and it lands clean. But Riddick kind of eats it and looks for a counter shot. Evander's single jabs aren't working that well, so he tries to double up, triple up on it, and it actually works. This first jab, kind of a throwaway just to close the distance because he's stepping with it. As he steps with it, he follows up with another one, and that one touches just below the chin. These bounces from Evander are kind of disguising when he's gonna jump in. So he goes in, out. So you don't know when he's coming in or coming out and when he's gonna attack off those entries and exits. Like this time, he actually enters in the range and Riddick tries to counter with an uppercut because he's ducking. And then Evander actually looking for an uppercut himself. He kind of punched himself. He did like a little bit of a Tyson Fury, but it is what it is. And this is interesting. I think Riddick is doing this on purpose. Some of his jabs are fast and snappy, but some of them are kind of just slow and lazy. And I think that's a purposeful change in tempo, just variation in the speed, velocity, and aggressiveness of his punches. It's kind of hard to get a time in if it's not a consistent type of jab. But then when we're talking about speed, Evander Holyfield with this crazy combination. In full speed, it looked like this. Here we go. Lord. Settles into range. So he's just slightly steps into range, settles, boom. Fast snapping jab. That's one of the hardest shots in this round. Not counting that cross that he landed earlier. That jab is hard. This time the level change isn't for an entry but for a counter. Riddick Bowe is the one closing distance. Level change, cross, and that one just barely, it grazes, but it could have landed harder. It's still an effective punch, and then he gets underneath to counter the left hook of Riddick. And then they exchange him with this crazy combination, hook to the body from Riddick, maybe a little bit low, but Evander don't care. And then he gets, I think he gets caught by this left. Nope, doesn't land. Right hook kind of grazes Evander, and Evander misses his left, and they just trade in and on the inside. Ooh, that was a sneaky left from Evander on the ear. And then he pulls back. Just so much going on in those few seconds. In this second, boom. Punches, boom, boom, boom. So much going on. See, this is the problem I knew I was going to have trying to analyze this fight. When they going into 20 punch exchanges and they just, what am I supposed to do? I'll say this. Evander's doing a great job of moving while punching, changing positions, switching to different angles, obviously moving his head. Riddick Bowe is moving his head too. But I think what's helping Evander is like right here. A little bit of a step around, change, go around that lead shoulder a little bit, kind of neutralize some of the offensive options. And then what does that do? That lines up the uppercut. So that's kind of an example of what I mean. Not just moving the head, but moving the entire body with his footwork while exchanging. which gave him more success in that exchange. And Riddick got a thunderous jab too. Boom, blast him. Evander said, oh, he got knocked back. Although I'm ending it quite early because I want to keep these parts short, easy to digest, piece by piece. And so I'm obviously going to take my time, try and be detailed with my reactions and analysis, because a lot of this is reaction because I'm watching this fight for the first time. And so, yeah, I'm dropping this part 1, hopefully a part 2 very soon after, working on other stuff all at the same time, mixing this in. And then I'm going to be breaking down an MMA fight that's also going to be dropping around the same time, Friday. So just be on the lookout, or Saturday. Just be on the lookout for everything Fight Scientist Immortality Serum out.